you're going to learn how to use DashQuill Forms with Practice Fusion. At a high level, DashQuill Forms is a service that lets you send, collect, and import forms into your EHR. To get started, head to the Chart section of Practice Fusion and verify that you have the DashQuill Forms button in the top right. If you don't, you likely still need to install the extension. If you do see it, go ahead and click on this. This will open up the inbox of all the forms that have come into your practice. Now, there are three types of forms. We have shared, ready to import, and imported. Shared means that the forms have been sent to the patient but not completed. Ready to import means that the forms have been completed but have not been brought into the EHR yet. And imported means that you've already brought the forms in and no further action is needed. To send out forms, click Intake Patient and provide the patient name as well as contact information where you want to send the form. So for me, I'll do John Doe, and then I'll put in the patient's phone number. Once you've done this, click Continue, and then the last step is to select which forms you want to send. You can do this either by manually checking the forms, or if you have it preset, you can click that instead, and it will automatically load the forms that are meant for this resend. Finally, click Send Forms, and what you will see is that the forms will be sent out to the patient's phone number for them to fill. To import a submission, go ahead and open up your inbox again and select a submission that you want to import. At this point, DashQuill will search your Practice Fusion patients and find the most similar patients so that you can choose which one to import into. If you don't see a patient on this list, you can also create a new patient chart, which will create a chart in your system. The final step of the import is to review the changes that are going to be made and optionally turn off any changes that you don't want. As you can see here, we have two columns. The left column is the current value in Practice Fusion, and the right value is any new or changed values that were on the form. Since we're working with a new patient here, obviously this left column will be empty. However, if you're updating an existing patient, you will see the current values and what they're being changed to. So as you can see here, we have some different info that we can fill. We have the patient info, contact info, demographic. We can do things like insurance. The insurance card is a little special because since patients often don't know what exactly the insurance info is, we have them upload a card instead, which you can view the front and back of. And then for you, all you need to do is just select the right payer and the right plan. And once you've done that, the rest of the info will be filled. And we just need to confirm. The last thing to show is we have the documents. These are carbon copies of the forms that have been filmed, as well as any documents that the patient uploaded throughout the form process. And these are all going to go into the document section of Practice Fusion. So to import, go ahead and just check this box, click Create Patient Chart, or Update Patient Chart if you're working on an existing patient. And as you can see here in the profile, all the info has been filled, including the insurance, demographics, and then in the documents, we also have the original forms that were filled, as you can see here. The last thing I'll show is for some offices, if you have this enabled, if you go to the patient summary, we have a button called Send Forms. What this will do, this creates a little bit of an easier process to send out forms. You just need to click this button, select a contact method, and then optionally you can choose to either pre-fill the forms or leave them blank. If you pre-fill the forms, the patient will be able to review the information and update it as needed. However, the downside with this one is that they'll need to authenticate themselves before they fill the forms using their last name and date of birth. The other option is to just uncheck this box, and then that will be a regular form, just like the one we did before. So once you've done this, click Continue, and again, just select the forms that you want to send. And just like that, the forms will be sent out to the patient using their contact method. That concludes the demonstration of how to use DashQuill with Practice Fusion. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out to contact@dashquill.com or give us a call at 707-506-6725. Thank you. Bye.